Hello, everybody. I am live. Just give me 1 second to get the stream set up on my phone. Live chat is disabled from now on. So if you're looking to chat, you'll have to leave a comment after the video. Just make sure that it is live. There we go. Let me just share it to Twitter real quick. There we go. Give me 1 second. Got smoke in my eyes. Ta-da. We're back in business. So let me just share this real quick. And there we are. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Breeze Toy Talk Live. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. So I just did a channel update with an explanation of why I've been away for so long. So let's go ahead and get into the show. First up, we got what have I been buying or playing with recently. I've been looking for Hot Wheels. I've been expanding my Hot Wheels collection, trying to find unique cars. When I say unique cars, I mean like Hot Wheels exclusive cars, not like licensed cars like Subarus and, Ford Escapes, etc. I'm still looking for and buying Transformers from my past. And I have started looking for vehicles and play sets, which if you've watched my toy videos recently, you know I've already picked up a few. What am I looking for next? Well, I'm still fleshing out my Masters of the Universe and TMNT collection. Right now, I'm trying to get my TMNT figures up to 1991. I've already completed my 88, I believe? Whatever the first year was. I believe it was 88 or 89. Whatever the first year of the toys was, I've completed that set. And I'm still focusing on my Robots in Disguise 2001 Car Robots, Transformers, and Generation 2 collections. Not a lot in the way of news and rumors, but let's go ahead and jump right in. First up, coming from Toy News International, toynewseye.com, they reporting Lego Batman the Animated Series Batmobile versus Harley Quinn and Mr. Freeze Lego sets revealed. The set is releasing on June 1st, and it will retail for $59.99 or $79.99 US or $79.99 Canadian. It looks like the Batmobile from the cartoon from the 90s, and it features a Batman minifigure, a Harley Quinn 90s animated Harley Quinn figure, and a 90s animated Mr. Freeze minifigure. It looks like they come with, I'd say, figure-appropriate accessories. Nothing much to say about that. Not a lot of news today, but we've got another one. This is from MarvelToyNews.com, and it says Marvel Legends Kingpin Retro Spider-Man series figure reissue up for order. It says it's a re-release of a previously released figure. It looks like the Kingpin as he appeared in the animated Spider-Man program from the 90s. Was previously released as a Build-A-Figure, but this one is not a Build-A-Figure. This is just a lot of fluff. I'm not seeing... Is it already available? I'm not seeing a release date. It will not be available at retail stores. It says online retailers only. Okay, so I think this one looks like an interesting figure. The Kingpin was a big part of that animated show, so he's a in-demand figure. Also from Marvel Toy News Now, it says Marvel Legends Iron Man Retro Series figures up for pre-order, and it includes a She-Hulk. She-Hulk, Count Nefaria, Gold Original Iron Man, and more. It also says Iron Man Model 20 and Iron Man Model 9. So let's go ahead and look at the figures real quick. It does definitely look like the vintage Iron Man from the olden days, as well as the Iron Man as he appeared in the 90s from the looks of it. So these are modern takes on retro toys, Toy Biz toys. So very similar to what they've been doing with the Spider-Man and X-Men stuff lately. The Toy Biz toys, I'm going to be honest, they're somewhat disappointing. I have a few from the X-Men and Spider-Man line. So this is it's good that they're at least updating those toys with modern articulation and sculpts, but they're designed to be reminiscent of the throwbacks. So I think that's pretty fun. This one is coming from Cybertron.com. Basically, it says April fan stream confirms figures coming to the Studio Series line plus comic edition leader Straxus. So here's the figures that they're reporting on. Studio Series 86 Core Class Steeljaw, War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Deluxe Decepticon Trooper, Bumblebee Movie Voyager Skywarp, Studio Series 86 Leader Springer, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, Pulse Exclusive Comic Edition Leader Straxus. So if you're into Transformers, those are some new collector toys coming soon. I'm trying to find out if it has a release date or if pre-orders will be available. I'm not seeing a release date or any information on pre-orders. Okay, nothing new there. All right, this one comes from histank.com. It's probably been reported elsewhere, but basically Paramount has confirmed that they are making a G.I. Joe cross Transformers movie. This was revealed at CinemaCon, it looks like. The movie was teased at the end of Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I haven't seen that yet. Producers include Michael Bay, among others. So this will be in the Bayformers universe. And it will... No information on how it will tie into the G.I. Joe films. Will it bring back characters and people from the Rise of Cobra and its ill-fated sequel or not? That's all I have for toy news and rumors at this time. So let's go ahead and look at our topics. First topic is Forgotten Toy Line, Glowworms. So Glowworms is a toy line from the early to mid 80s. It was basically a flashlight that was dressed up in I want to say cotton clothes, basically, with a plastic head, and it was basically a glowworm. They called it glowworms. There was a switch, you put batteries in it, you flip the switch, and the head lit up. But it was basic. If you took it apart like I did, I took mine apart. It was basically a flashlight inside of a stuffed animal. I'm not that familiar with glowworms, which is why I put it on the Forgotten Toy Line topics. Um, I had one or two as a kid. I don't remember. I remember having at least one, but we may have had two, but I'm not 100% because we had a lot of toys that I haven't been able to identify from my childhood. And looking at some of those 80s toy lines, I've seen some toys that don't look like they would belong to the specific toy lines that you think they would. So I haven't been able to confirm if some of the plushies we had as kids were glowworms or not. But I know we had at least one. It was a green one. I think it was a butterfly, if I'm not mistaken. Or a caterpillar. I can't remember. I believe there may have been a cartoon associated with this toy property, but don't quote me on this because I haven't gone looking for it because you know me, I'm not into cartoons. But if you know anything about glowworms, either the toy property or the cartoon, leave a comment down below after this video is done. Let me know, did you or do you have any glowworms, and what are your thoughts on them? And did you take a knife and cut the flashlight out of your glowworm like I did? Just let me know. So I got a handful of topics today. The first one is, should you buy vintage toys for children? Now, I don't mean like go to Walmart and buy X-Men 97 or Toy Biz reissues or Superpowers or whatever. I mean, like, should you go on eBay and buy original vintage, Masters of the Universe, Transformers, GoBots, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Ninja Turtles, etc., and give them to your children? So this question is kind of twofold. If you're going to do that, do you buy sealed action figures and give them to your children just like they would have been brand new back in the day when you would have got them, and let them open them up, which obviously would devalue the individual toy, but also increase the value of the remaining unopened stock for the community as a whole? Or do you go the opposite route? Do you buy them, loose, incomplete, maybe, I don't want to say broken, but maybe like, lower condition quality toys, just so they have something to play with, that you have, that, so they can play with a toy that you played with as a kid? I guess your philosophy is going to depend on, do you view toys as collectibles or investments like some people, or do you just view them as a thing? Are they something to play with? Is it just an object to you? I know for a fact if I had kids, I would buy them vintage toys if they were interested in them. And I can say this definitively because my nephews were into vintage GoBots and Transformers, because that's what I was into when I got them into them. And I would buy them vintage GoBots and Transformers and give them to them. Usually I would buy ones that were loose, incomplete, missing pieces, but just so they could have something to play with, which is mostly the toy. If you've watched my channel, it's mostly the toys I buy anyways. My second topic, which is sort of corresponds to this first topic, is it ethical to buy vintage sealed toys and collectibles and open them up? Now, I know there's a debate among the retro gamer community. I've heard people. I'll drop names. Pat Contry, Pat the NES Punk, has mentioned the quote obligation you have to the community to preserve games as they were originally produced or whatever. I think he's full of shit, and I disagree with that. You have no obligation to nobody. If you buy a toy or a cartridge, an NES cartridge, and that NES cartridge is damaged and you repair it, that's fucking your right to do that. And you don't owe anybody in the community an explanation. If you want to put a repo label on it, just fucking go for it. You don't have to tell anybody it's a repro label. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a goddamn sticker. Who cares if it was a sticker that was printed and pressed in 1988 or 2018? It doesn't fucking make a difference. It's still the same goddamn sticker. Some people have weird hangups over shit that's not going to fucking matter. In 30 years, all of those toys are going to be fucking dust anyways. None of them are going to last forever. So my opinion is no, you don't have any obligation to the so-called community or collectors, and you sure as hell don't have any obligation to give a fuck what scalpers, resellers, and asshole investors are doing. So, fuck them. They're the ones that are ruining our communities and our hobbies in the first place. If I won the lottery and I had the money, I would go online and buy all the boxed Transformers and open every fucking one of them. But I ain't got that kind of money, so. Next topic. Let's talk about toys for pets. Now, everybody loves their pets, and most people who are pet owners treat their pets the same as they would their children, either if they have children or as a replacement for if they don't have children, for whatever reason. Now, everybody knows dogs and cats have pet toys are prolific. You can get bells and little squeaky mice and squeaky bones and chew toys for dogs and cats. Cats love to play with feathers, on a string. But what about other pets? Hamsters. Obviously, you have the little playpen area, the little jungle gym, and you have the what do you call it? The hamster wheel. So I guess that counts as toys. But let's explore that for a second. If you have a hamster, should you give it, like, I don't know, a little miniature stuffed mouse to play with? I don't know if a hamster would play with a stuffed mouse. But as a toy collector, I have to wonder, is there a collector market for pet toys? Do you want to give your toys, your pets, premium toys, high quality toys, something that's catered to them, but similar to your stuff, like a Spider-Man chew toy or something like that? I wouldn't have a problem with giving a plushie of a Roman Reigns doll to my dog to chew on, because I fucking hate Roman Reigns and I'd love to see his face punctured full of dog bites. But that's just me. And I know this is a little shorter show than I normally do, but I have one final topic, and it is, are online toy stores worth it? Now, I know as a collector, I like to go into the toy store, Target, Walmart, Fred Meyer, the dollar store, Walgreens, whatever, and browse the aisles and pick up a toy and look at the packaging and hold it in my hand and make a decision, is this the toy I want? Now, with some toys, especially the collector's toys and a lot of times the vintage toys, the retro toys, that you don't have that option unless you live in like a major city. You might not have a local toy store that sells those old toys in any condition. Maybe once in a blue moon, you get lucky and find something at a thrift store or maybe a pawn shop or a yard sale or something, but that's a whole nother topic. Now, obviously, the big online retailers are Amazon and eBay. They're big toy resellers, and I do get a lot of toys off of Amazon and eBay. eBay, because I actually have a credit line with them, so I can buy toys today and then pay for them later, which is beneficial. And then Amazon, they have some kind of credit programs like that too, but I don't like to buy from Amazon because Amazon listings are often incorrect, and eBay listings can be incorrect as well. But like you can search for Generation 1 Transformers on Amazon and you're going to see fucking Transformers Titans Returns action figures, and it's like that's not a Generation 1 toy. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And that pisses me off. eBay, it's a little more, more likely that if you search Generation 1 Transformers, you're going to only see Generation 1 Transformers. But that doesn't necessarily you're going to see original, 1980s Transformers, because you might see like modern toys that in the G1 style, whether it's a masterpiece or, maybe like a, like the minifigures or like World's Smallest Transformer or keychains and stuff like that. So I can sift through those. And then you have specialty shops like Big Bad Toy Store, Big Island Toys. Is Big Island Toys still around? I don't know. And a few others I won't name names. And then some of your toy manufacturers, Hasbro, Mattel, NECA, etc., have their own exclusive toy stores you can buy directly from them. So what I've noticed in my experience is the online toy stores, which is weird to me because the online toy stores tend to sell their toys at a higher price than the local brick and mortar stores, which is the reverse of what it used to be. It used to be you would shop online because it was cheaper than going to brick and mortar. You had to pay for shipping and handling, but then we shifted to shipping is allegedly free, but it isn't free. It's just built into the cost of the toy, because they just raise the price of the toy on when you buy it online. So you think you're getting free shipping, but you're really not. You're paying for the shipping. They just raise the price of the toy and then call it free shipping. I won't go so far as to call that a scam, but I will call it, deceitful at the very minimum. I don't buy from online toy stores, dedicated toy stores, Big Bad Toy Store, Marvel Legends, or whatever the Marvel toy store is called, Mattel's, whatever, HasLab, or none of that. I don't buy from those. I stick to, if I can't get it locally, I just stick to mostly eBay, and occasionally I'll browse Amazon, but I try to stay off of Amazon when buying action figures because you never know what you're going to get, and they do tend to be overpriced on Amazon, which is confusing to me because the whole point of Amazon is you save money, allegedly. But I guess that's no longer the selling point to Amazon. Now the selling point is the convenience. They have everything, so you can find what you're looking for. It's not about saving money anymore, which is unfortunate because that was the whole point of online retailers in the first place, was, they were less expensive because they didn't have as much overhead. But scalpers ruined that because they would buy the toys from the online shops and then resell them for inflated prices on eBay or at their local stores. So we can blame scalpers for that. Unfortunately, they fucking ruin everything. I hate scalpers. So they fucking ruin everything. So yeah, I guess I'm of the mindset that online toy stores are not worth it because they're usually overpriced, and often while they do cater to the collectors, a lot of times they only cater to the collectors. So the only toys you can find on those big bag toy stores or whatever are the one that, the $70 fucking toys. It's like, no, I'm looking for like $15 action figures, and they're like, nope, sorry, try again. So for those, you pretty much have to shop Target, Walmart, or eBay, in my experience. I don't know if any of the big toy stores, HasLab or any, Big Bad Toy Store, none of those guys. I don't know if they offer like bulk discounts. If you buy a bunch of shit, can you get, things discounted or not? If they don't, I would say that they probably should. I know a lot of eBay sellers do, but the problem with eBay sellers is a lot of eBay sellers are not specific. They're pretty general. So they might have the TMNT figure you're looking for, but that's the only TMNT figure they have. Everything else is like, Thundercats and fucking Crash Test Dummies. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy those. So, I'm not going to bundle with you because I only want the Ninja Turtle. So bundling toys from retailers is not always an option either. So unfortunately, we don't have a choice. If you're looking for hard to find collectibles, if you live in a more rural area or a suburban area, you have to buy online because you're not going to have access to a local brick and mortar store that's going to carry the product you're looking for. That's all I have for this live stream. I'll try to get back in the habit of doing these once a week. Thanks for watching and stay cool.